together. There's nothing better. It's now whatever. Make it through somehow. Make it through somehow.
Welcome back to the Mommy Me Please podcast, season 2. I am super excited to have with me today my friend Nina / makeup artist, and then my bestie Bree. We are, of course, going to talk all things mommyhood, but first we're going to start with some icebreakers. Okay. And so this is what would you do if? Okay.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So I'm going to create the scenario. Right. So your son is 16. Let's just fast forward, right?
Yes.
Your son is 16. He came home with a hickey on his neck. What you doing?
No. I really don't know. I don't know how I would react. I would always want him to come to me because I feel like even though he's so young now, we still have a good open dialogue. So every day at school he'll tell me everything that went down, what some of the kids said, what the parent, just everything. So I feel like I hope he would come to me if he was dating and things like that, like I did with my mom, but you just never know. But I would probably just want to sit him down, talk to him about it. Right. And then I'd probably choke him too. And then have another thing on his neck.
I feel like I would be shocked. So I hope my shocked reaction doesn't take it to somewhere it shouldn't be.
Right.
But I'm just gonna be like, what? What
Yeah.
are you doing?
What? Yeah, so me and Bree talked about this before, and we never came up with a final solution. But then I was thinking more about it, and I was like, the first time my mom seen a hickey on my neck, I lied and said I was trying to pierce my neck.
It wasn't.
Not piercing. But I said it on my toes. I was always on my toes. I was like, "Ooh, shit, that was bad."
It was one. It was just one, right?
I don't remember.
Because I had multiple. I had to wear a hoodie to just
to hide it. That she started paying more attention. So the hoodies. If I had on makeup and won't going nowhere, she'd be wiping my neck, and I just kept getting busted at that point.
Yeah.
But then I'm just trying to think. I'm not gonna think about Austin. I'm always taking Austin out of the scenario. He's one. But Aubrey, if she was 16 and she came home with a hickey on her neck, I would be so shocked. And not hurt, but y'all get what I'm saying?
I would be disappointed.
Yeah.
That's what
it's disappointing.
Yeah, and I feel like in this day and age, it's everything is happening. We thought we were growing up fast, but everything's happening
faster.
More fast now. And I feel like social media has a lot to do with it. Just a lot of things that we didn't even have growing up. I feel like we're the last generation without phones.
I remember being on the phone.
Right, the house phone. You slammed the house phone.
Dramatic. Get off the line.
I was trying to say that. No, it's my dad. Me
Listening
being scared and my dad picked up.
Oh my God.
Let me not say, I used to be on 3 with my friends. I'd be like, let me not say nothing crazy because my dad probably listened. Yeah, so I would be shocked. I'm not ready for that. I just wanted to know what y'all would do. So Nina's choking them.
Choke first, questions later. No, I'm joking. I would probably really sit down. Me and his dad would have to have a big conversation. What did you do? What's happening? Are you dating somebody? How serious is it? We would have to go down the whole
right.
list.
Are you sexually active?
Yeah.
Right.
Now we need to talk about this.
We do.
I know.
Yeah.
I know our babies are young. We we'll talk about
I know.
this. So I'm just
Right.
No, this is good because now I can have a conversation with Demetrius when I get home. Okay, what are we doing if this happens? But if I was not prepared, I feel like I would say honestly, I'm really upset with you right now and disappointed, and I just need a moment, and I'm going to talk to your dad just about how we should handle this, and then take it from there. Yeah, that way, I don't react fast where I'm pushing them away, because I do want my I want Gray and the rest of my future children to talk to me and be comfortable, because I know I didn't feel that way with my parents. Clearly, because I was hiding with hoodies, and they never know. They still don't know. If they watch this, they will know.
Me getting caught was really a slip of tongue. I was sneaky. Me getting caught was me not being on my toes. But I always tell JR's mom, I feel like she did a really good job at raising her kids. They come to her about everything, and even me feeling comfortable to talk about stuff with her. And I was asking her how did you do this with your kids? Because I didn't feel like I could go to my mom about anything. Even though she wanted that relationship, and his mom told me that the way she reacted when they did tell her something, even the smallest things, is like, if you overreact, they're not coming to you again.
Yeah, that's really
And
true.
I thought about it, I was like, that's what Mama was crazy. Still is. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, see, that's a good point.
But it's like she would go off.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
So my first instinct is going to be the one to go off, but then I have to think about, okay, I want her to come to me. And if she was in jail, I don't want her to, right, I want her to be the first person she calls.
Yeah,
I'm still working on it, guys. Cause
I know. It's hard. It's like a learning process, though. Because it's like, in the moment you react a certain way, then you have to maybe like calm down and come back later. Like, okay, I'm really sorry for that. I feel like our parents, well, I know my mom, she didn't apologize to us. She would just talk to us like nothing ever happened. So it's like, I'm trying to, right. So I'm
like the way y'all did
right. So it's like, but then again, that's why I feel like I didn't have that open dialogue. So when I first started, like, had my first boyfriend, like, I didn't say anything to her. So
That's how I was too.
That's crazy.
Whenever something's going on, they just didn't know.
Yeah.
They just living life.
But I really want Aubrey to. And I feel like I'll be like thinking to myself, like, when is it too late? Like, have I already messed that up? Like,
no,
I don't think so.
Aubrey probably think she probably, oh, this girl, Lord, she be going off because I stuck some spaghetti on the floor.
Yeah.
So I just hope it's not too late. I'm really working on it. It's a work.
We can help each other.
Yeah, we gotta help each other out.
Because we all got that point.
Yeah.
That short temper.
And especially if you're around them all the time. I mean, you're going to snap eventually. But then just kind of, okay, how do I change that and go forward from there?
Yeah, for sure.
So I have one more scenario.
Scenario.
If you could magically solve one household chore, what would it be?
Like, that means I would never have to do the chore.
Right. If you could magically just solve it.
Oh.
Laundry.
Oh,
wait. Was that her? Laundry. I really do not like doing laundry. I don't like washing it. And then it's like, I don't like to bend down to even put it in the dryer. Like, that is extra work.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're pregnant.
Not bend down.
Especially when you're pregnant.
True.
And then you have to get out. Is the basket even there? Then you got to, like, take the clothes, fold the clothes. You got 3 people's clothes that you need to fold, so it's different sizes. And the blankets and the towels. It's the laundry for me.
Okay. You would magically it would just do it itself.
Yes, do it itself.
Okay.
Or I need someone doing it for me.
Okay.
I feel like for me, cooking takes me, because I do it so often. I've been trying to like get better at cooking, and I do it probably like 4 times a week. Yeah. But that's what I'm like, can I have that little Tesla robot in there like cooking for me? I literally need that, because I feel like it takes, and then grocery shopping, like when you add all that up, it's like planning the list, going shopping, and then if you have your kids with you, like it's so time consuming. And then, I mean, you want to like feed them the best, but I feel like cooking for me that would be a lifesaver. If I could have somebody do that for me and it's just done.
Yes.
I think if I could magically solve just one thing.
Just
Can it be like, is this a thing, like just picking up after my kids? Is that not one thing?
Oh, that's a everyday all day.
Yeah. That could be a thing.
What
if they just done all
like if they just drop something and just picks it up and like just, because then my house will be clean.
Yeah.
So if I could magically like solve one chore, is like picking up behind kids. That would be the one thing.
It's a continuous.
It is.
Yeah. All right. So Nina, you're a boy mom.
Yes.
Your son is so handsome.
Thank you.
But I feel like you don't be posting him on social media.
Oh, God.
So is there like an actual reason you don't, or is it just like you just hadn't thought about it? Like, what is the story behind that? I don't think you post him.
I do post him sometimes, but I feel like for me, I'm naturally just more private. So even like if I'm like, just with anything that I like think is so important to me, I'm not gonna overshare it. Just because, especially like growing up and then in my culturally, we've always like been taught about the evil eye, which might be a little dramatic, but I purposely like don't overshare. Like if something good is happening in my life, I won't go and shout it from the rooftops just because people could, project their own feelings or hate onto you, and then it may spoil it. And then I've just never been the type to, I don't know. I'm with him all the time. So it's like, I don't have to constantly, like, every little thing I don't need to share it. But some things I will share, like, oh, he did this or he did that, or like just different things, or on his birthday and things like that. I'll share like milestones, but I'm not going to like share like, oh, he just got straight A's and things like that. Like every little detail or every grade, I'm not going to share. And I don't know. I've always been a little bit more private.
I noticed that. I was like, Nina don't really post her son. I remember like the first time you did my makeup and you was telling me you had a kid. I was like, you had a kid? I never seen your child before. Is it a boy or a girl? Like,
but so, and then that's why I'm like, and I feel like if you're close enough to me, you're always. I mean, I'm gonna involve people in my life and like invite you to his party or something if we have one. But I'm not gonna like. I don't know. I don't know why. I just feel like you're
just a more private person. I don't think you post a lot about yourself either, though.
Yeah, and
like you post your craft, and makeup, the clothes, and you'll post, but you don't see like too much inside of like Nina's life.
True, and I maybe, but
it keeps us wondering, like, what she
but see, I don't do that on purpose. Like I don't do like, oh, I want to keep everybody waiting. Like no, I don't do that. But I think maybe I do need to open up a little bit more. But I've just kind of always been like to myself, so maybe just.
I think it's fine. I think people are all different.
I'm not gonna say I wish I was like. I'm just honestly the complete opposite. But I admire people that just like can naturally do that.
Yeah.
Like let's just talk about our homegirl Beyonce.
Oh, I know.
See, but then she's having issues now because people don't feel like they're connected to her. So when she's trying to sell her product, so that's why I'm like, I'm kind of caught in between a rock and a hard place. Like I feel like I can share what I do and like my craft, but then I don't need to go super deep into my life. But sometimes when I do share like personal things, like I think I posted when like my brother passed away, and I feel like I got so many like shares and like looks and stuff like that I never normally get. So it's like it was interesting to me because it's like you're looking when something negative is happening in my life, and like my world is flipped upside down, but when things are going good, you don't really care, and I don't get that many views. So it's just
that's good. That's crazy. Yeah, that's actually crazy.
No, I do like full-time social media now, like content creation. I'll tell you about that later. So we were just talking about how the salon page doesn't get a lot of traction, but her personal page does. And the moral of the story is people are nosy.
Yeah.
Like negative, or like if they can see inside of like your life and what's going on, they're more like just like what's going on. They don't want to see us doing hair. You know, you gotta like so.
That's so cool.
I don't know, but I admire that though, that you like can just flawlessly just be like private. It's, like you don't even have to think about it. I would literally have to plan it out not to be posted. Like you know.
But I think it's because I'm just so like I'm always doing things, so it's hard to just be like, oh, I'm gonna post this. It's I don't know. It's
right. You're like living the moment.
Well,
not that anyone who posts a lot isn't living in the moment.
Right.
Yeah,
I get it though.
I seen a post on Instagram, and it was basically like talking about posting your kids and like how it could have like a negative, like you putting them out there and stuff like that. So, I mean,
I know.
And some people don't care. Like they're like, I don't care what you say about me, but for me, it's like, ooh, I don't know if I want to open up that door for him to be a topic or anything. Like,
I feel like I don't look so much into it, but if I did feel like, you know, she was in danger or anyone was like stalking her, I just press private. And then
block,
block, private, unfollow, all the things. But you have 2 kids, so how do you feel about having them on social media? Or do you post your kids and
you're a content like creator around motherhood. So it's
yeah, but they do have their separate pages, and I didn't think twice about it when creating a page, to be honest. It was just like, oh, this is what you do. And then I thought about it. I was like, when I had to go do the first caption is when I was like, okay, this is crazy. Because do I talk as them or do I talk as
like third person?
It's like, I was like, should I be doing this? And I'm like, well, they have to create their own like following when they get older. I don't know. I think, obviously, like I have a brand around mommyhood. Yeah. So it's just like, I include them. But then, like, being able to, like, just create their pages and, like, see their different personalities and, like, post Aubrey's little cute. That's something I just always wanted to, like, do is, like, dress a little girl. Now to just be able to, like, show the whole world, like, oh, look what I put together.
No, I do. I would say I'm really into like fashion and like dressing her more so for her because I feel like my fashion is. I mean, she is just outdoing me. But yeah, I guess I'm like really into that, and then seeing those. And I feel like it's like in that moment I'm proud of her, so I'm like, oh, let me post her because I'm so proud of what she's doing or something like that. I feel like that's kind of like the reason like why I post like what I do of her.
Yeah. But the post I seen though did have me questioning like. It did have me questioning it. And like, so Austin, I don't post him as much. Aubrey's gotten into like acting. Well, I don't know why I put quotations, but but like,
don't downplay her.
Like, modeling and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, this is the age we live in.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what like she likes to do. And like, this is the way to kind of get her out there. Because the first thing they do is ask for the social media page and, you know, stuff like that.
So
Yeah,
wait, what was the post that you seen again? Like, what exactly were they saying?
So the lady was saying like that we basically should not post our kids and like you know, like predators are out here and like, people you know just are crazy, which is true. Even with us, like we gotta be very true like what we post. But I mean,
and I will say, I don't post what school she goes to. Like,
absolutely not.
Some people do that. Some people post them in like bathing. I mean, you just people are crazy.
No,
I mean, and then it's like you're not even thinking like that, but somebody else might be. You just never know.
That's a good point.
I mean, for me, I never went that route. Like for me, I'm just always private a little bit more, especially since I had him. I feel like before I was a little more open to people, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like in this little mama bear mode where I like have to protect him no matter what. So I think I've actually became more private since I've had him. Yeah.
And what grade is yours?
So goofy.
I am too. I'm not even gonna look at her because I'm gonna start laughing too. So I'm gonna try to compose myself because I have an ugly laugh.
Let me drink to that.
Oh my God. It is sparkling water and grenadine, like.
Before they think, oh, she's a drunk.
Just saying for them people following. Wait, we was talking about nosy.
Oh God, nosy people
For real.
But anyways, so what grade is your son in, and does he go to public school or private?
Okay, so I'm actually glad you asked. So he is in public school and he just started second grade, which I can't even believe.
Wow.
That's great. I didn't know.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. When I tell you he's huge, like he's tall, like up to here. I think you've seen him before, Shay, but
I remember you showing me him because you did my makeup before.
So he's wow. I didn't expect you to say that. I don't know why I thought he was still younger than that. I don't know. So, but he's in public school.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, girl, because I'm having a time trying to figure out my life.
Yeah.
So right now, Aubrey's in private, obviously because of her age. She can't go to public school.
Right.
But my husband is thinking, well, as soon as she's school age, we sending her to public school because for one, it's free.
Yes.
Right.
But how do you like it? Like,
what's your experience been so far?
So his school is actually, for it to be public school, it's actually a decent mix, like racially, of children because he is mixed. So it's like, I feel like I've had a good experience because the parents are really involved. He has so many activities going on. Like they have like this week alone, they have a Halloween dance, a trunk or treat, a car thing, like it's just everything going on. It's like constant stuff going on at his school. So I would say I've actually enjoyed it. Now there, of course, like I wasn't a huge fan of his teacher last year, but I feel like there's going to be ups and downs with any school. I feel like I'm thinking as he gets older, I may have to look into maybe like a private school or something like that, just because education wise, he's like advanced. So he's been getting like hundreds. I mean, and I think with him, because he's so active, he'll finish his work and then he'll try to either go help somebody else or just be sitting there bored. So it's like, well, I want to get him in something that's actually stimulating because he's interested in like science and he wants to go out and play outside and he doesn't want to be stuck at a desk for 8 hours a day. So it's like, it's one of those things that you're like, I don't know what the best option is, but I think right now for him it's just the school he's at, and then eventually maybe look into like a private school. But I think taking into account like the cost, the location, and then just like what's convenient for me right now, and then but you also at the same time you want the best for your kids.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's like hard, like you're almost like stuck trying to outweigh all of these different variables, and then it's like I'm the type of person like, do I trust like the place he's going to? Like at first it was so hard for me to let go and let him go to school because he didn't go to daycare. So like he was always with my mom, who's like,
so you just went straight to school.
yes, and that's why I was like crying.
Yes.
I was every year I cry like I don't, and then he'll like drive me up a wall. Like I'll be so burnt out by the end of summer, and then I'll cry every time he goes. So it's like I don't know why, but I think
that's understandable.
I cried when I had to switch to daycare. It's like so great, and I couldn't stop. I literally thought something was wrong with me.
I know. This year I did not cry.
Really?
No.
So you were just ready, but
I was
up
ready.
too now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
That first year Aubrey went to school, I did cry. The first 2 years. But this year I dropped her off and she cried. And I was like, oh, go ahead.
oh, see that would have like sent me over the edge for the whole day.
I know, we're both like, what?
Nope. I was like, see you later.
So back to the public school. So I'm like, okay, I'm nervous like about bullies. I mean, me personally,
Anywhere.
I know. I think grade would be popular, but even I was like, I think I was bullied too, and like I did sports and everything. So, and it's the bullying, and then it's just crazy things happening in the world.
Oh yeah,
and like to the schools. So I'm just gonna put it out there. Everybody knows what it is. So those are the two main things that like really make me nervous. So how are you like dealing with that, or like you like the thought process of that? And
so I think for me at least, I'm like the person who will go through 1,000 different scenarios in my head, like kind of like how you were just saying. Like, okay, so you don't know what every other kid is exposed to. Like whether they're in private school, public school, home school, you just don't know. So I think for me, I'm just making sure like I instill him with morals and values, and he's always able to come to me like and tell me like such and such said this or such. And he's a boy, and I think they're more like they want to, when they get together, they kind of want to pick up what other kids are doing. So like if he'll say like a word like shut up or something, but we don't say, I'm like, where did you get that from? And then he'll be like, oh, such and such said it. And I'm like, well, no. Or he'll come to me.
Yeah, right.
Or he'll come to me and be like, oh, well, such and such has Roblox. Why can't I? I'm like, well, I'm not such and such's mom. And like, that's not what we are doing here. We're not going to have video games and stuff like that yet. So I think it's one of those things where you're going to have hard conversations no matter where they go, and really just make sure you hammer that into them every day. But I think it's just kind of doing what's best for you and your family, like at that point. I think public school, especially if you're in an area like this where it's like it's kind of like an in between of like a private and an inner city public school. So I feel like you have like a good mix of people. I feel like the parents will probably be involved, and there's just like so many different activities and things to do. Yeah. So I think just really looking into each school that they're potentially going to go to, and really getting to know the teacher and everything like that. So I'm like his little it's like a class mom. So I'm like, and I'm like the class mom for school, and I'm like trying to get into the PTA and things like that. So even if he's not right now in private school, I think just trying to make yourself as involved as possible so that you know what's going on.
So what about the moms that like are too busy to be involved? Or like
she like, I don't know, I like that mama.
No, I think
just for people
who are really just staying in like I think one thing that my mom used to do when we were growing up is she used to be in contact with the other moms like in the class, like, and get to know them so she can kind of stay in the loop of what's going on. Because I feel like a lot of times you just won't know unless you're actually like talking to people. If you're just staying to yourself, then how are you going to know if something is going on, or like one of the students is like the bully in the class, or one is like, you just won't know unless, if your kid isn't coming to you and telling you.
Yeah. So staying connected with the school guys.
Yes.
That's really good.
No, that's so good. Look, this is
I feel a little better.
And it's one of those things when they're younger, it's like not that bad. But for like 4th and 5th grader, that's when I'm like worried, because I'm like, ooh, the girls are going through puberty earlier than we used to.
And the middle schoolers now, I be hearing stuff, they be smoking weed.
It's just like
middle school, bringing guns to school.
Oh yeah, it's like a whole new day and age. That's why it's like
I'm in middle school. I was like outside, like you know.
I was playing in mud on the hill.
I was still playing with Bratz dolls.
No,
literally.
I was for sure. Yasmin was definitely my girl. Like I was
think it was Bratz, but I definitely had the mansion convertible.
Oh my god,
Barbie.
Yeah, it's different though. So, but that was
so
that
different.
was really good though. My husband's gonna like this conversation. Maybe I'll like maybe think about it. So, switching gears just a little bit. Is there anything in your childhood that has triggered responses or ground rules for your parenting style? So, like, do you feel like you're turning into your parent in some ways, and then like, do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you understand the question?
Yeah, so is there something okay, so I think I feel like sometimes just by the things I'll say, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm turning into my mom. But then I also feel like she did instill in me just kind of how to make a house a home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like always something that I really like. Little things really make a big difference. So like writing little notes in the lunch, like even if you don't have time, like just doing little stuff, or like for holidays, like always making it like a big deal because I feel like that's what kids remember.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I took, like, you know, kind of took and ran with it and made my own from her, and then triggered me to do things differently.
Like, is there anything like your mom did and you're like, we're not doing that? And like, so you set a rule in your house that like, no, we're not doing that.
I think maybe kind of goes back to like my mom was a great mother to all of us. She had 5 of us. So I think, yeah, I mean, I was the only girl. I think for...
Oh yeah, boys.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I cannot get away from boys. When I was having a son, I was like, whoa.
A boy son.
Right. And then I have 4 nephews. So it's like literally, I have no girl. It was just like always me and my mom. So I think maybe it goes back to the communication thing. So like kind of having more of an open line. I know he's a boy, so it's a little bit different, but I think always having that like open line of communication just so that he'll be able to talk to me, and then like making sure that I always apologize if I do something to hurt his feelings and things like that. So just kind of breaking like little cycles of
Yeah, I feel like my parents didn't communicate with me.
Yeah.
They're great parents. They are. It may not. But
it's
anyway.
Just an older style of parenting.
It is. But like, I would say like having more communication and not being so quick to anger. So like, they'll be comfortable with coming to you.
Right.
Kind of what we were saying at first, but that's like, I mean, going back to it, that's why I'm just like, because sometimes patience be short.
Right.
And I would do one thing, I just like go off and I'm like, sorry, mom. This is something my mom would have did, and this is why I did not come to her.
Right.
She's acting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, why did you have to do all of that? But like, I be feeling her now. It's just like, dang, girl. So, yeah.
I will say that was a good point though. Something positive, like teaching you
so
how to turn a
I got the
a house into a home.
Yeah, that's good.
My cooking, cleaning, I will. I mean, not so much now, but in the past.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a lot of work, but I think it really makes like I think your kids notice it because it's like I could buy my son 100 Hot Wheels because that's what he loves or whatever, and he would not remember. He can't name probably 5 of them, but if I do like, you know, if I take him to go apple picking or something, he'll remember that for a whole year and talk about it. So it's like the little things.
Yeah, I think it's good, like creating life experiences versus like just having them play all the time.
Yeah.
It's like creating like really great moments. Because this is just the moment, y'all. Till this day, I did not go to Disney World. My dad went to Disney World, like for the military or something. And he sent us pictures with the ears on.
That's so cute.
And I've never been. And now I'm talking about it to Demarcus. I'm like, she can go for this birthday. He's like, maybe we should wait till she's a little older so she can like really appreciate it and stuff. I'm like, it's for me too. Like, we can go twice. We can keep going. That's what I want. Like,
that brings up a point, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it or not, but I'm gonna say it because I've just thought about it. What you saying that? So when me and JR got married, we had a 3-bedroom house, and it was like a rancher. And we had an extra, obviously, like 2 extra bedrooms, right? And so we had our room, a guest room, and then this other room we couldn't figure out what we wanted to be. So I was just like, I want this to be like my closet. And he's like, no, like you're not ready for the whole room. It's like, why do you? And I just felt like I was crying about it and everything.
Right.
Like, it really, really hurt me. But I had to think about it back to my childhood. I never had my own room.
So that, yeah.
And then I went into a house. I got married, and now we're sharing a room. So I didn't know it at the time, but like after thinking about it, it's like I needed my own space.
Yeah.
So it just, girl, he gave it to me, and I think it stayed in a closet for like 2 weeks, and then I turned it into an office. But it's just like needing those things, you know, and then it like triggered from a child like, to an adult. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, that was.
I think
traumatic.
another thing too, to go off what you said, is vacation. So we didn't really take big family, like after my parents separated, we didn't take like family vacations and stuff like that often. Like I can probably remember like maybe one we took, and that was with my stepdad when my mom remarried. But so I think that's another thing too. So trying to have those like family vacations and like traditions that you have. I think that's another thing too, just to go off to like the memories that we're talking about.
We just have to be more intentional. Like life just be life and
it'll fly by.
It will fly by like quick. Aubrey Ford.
I can't believe it.
This brings me to Christmas photos.
Oh my God!
You know, I told Demetrius, I was like, oh, not name call. I'm just kidding. Cut. I told him, like, we have never took Christmas pictures with Gray. She literally turning 4 in February. We are getting them this year.
Right.
Though, so 3 years old is the number. But I was like, we need Christmas pictures. She's literally growing up so fast. But yeah, that's my little piece about that.
I know. Disney and then needs Christmas.
I know.
Okay, I have to do it.
So, I want to just pick y'all brains because I'm just trying to, get my life together over here. So, pick other mom's brains. So, quickly, you don't have to like go into like great detail, but like walk me through your daily morning routine. I just want to like grab some tips, right? Because I love a routine, and I feel like kids do good with routine because they know what's coming, they know what to do, blah blah blah. But like you said, life just happens and time fly by, and I don't want them to just be like, everybody's always still doing the same routine. So like, I'll go first, like to just set the tone. So like, we'll get up, obviously. I'll go get Aubrey ready. JR gets Austin ready, right? And then like I'll do her hair, get her dressed, brush teeth, blah blah. But then we'll come downstairs, and if we have time, she'll eat at home. But if not, she'll eat in the car. And then like we do, let's rewind. We do our affirmations and stuff and all that stuff upstairs, and then we get in the car, we'll like pray and then like listen to like worship music or Steve Harvey in the morning. But like I feel like now we've been doing it. She's been in school since August, and I feel like now she like looks kind of like not sad, but like bored with life. I don't know.
Just like, why do you have to do this?
Yeah, like, and she's like, I don't want to go to school. Like, I don't want to get in the car. It's just like becoming like boring to her.
Yeah.
But like, what y'all do? Y'all, and then do y'all? Sorry, I got another question.
No.
Do y'all fix lunch at night or in the morning?
At night.
I do both.
At night, okay.
I barely I'm not a morning person. Like I'm forced to be a morning person every day because of my son and work and everything. So I like drag myself out of the bed, and like the morning is rough, okay? But I do everything at night. Like that's the one thing. I'll have his whole outfit laid out, like just everything the night before, just so that I know, like, okay, if I wake up late or whatever, like if I ignore my alarm, I know, like, okay, everything's ready and we can just get in the car.
So it's like a quick morning for you.
Yeah, I try to make
like a drag, and then like let's
pretty much, because I'm like, I don't know why I feel like in just my family growing up, we've never been morning people, but
me neither. I think I've gotten better. My mom used to talk to me in the morning, and I'd be like,
I know.
My mom's a morning person.
Oh.
And she's like, just imagine you not being a morning person, somebody like on 10.
Yeah, I don't like to talk.
She's like, you don't love me. No, girl, I'm still asleep in my mind.
Right.
Like...
But my routine.
My routine.
Okay, so it be changing, y'all, because I'm still trying to figure stuff out. But the thing that mostly like stays the same. Well, right now actually it changed because Gray goes to school during a certain time now, and like my husband, he just has to be at work at a certain time. So right now in the season, it's like I'm getting her ready in the morning, and I'm taking her to school and picking her up. So we wake up in the morning, brush our teeth, you know, get her looking good all together. And then we go downstairs, do breakfast. I feel like our routines are like kind of the same.
Yeah.
She'll eat, or sometimes if we're running a little late, she'll have to eat in the car.
Yeah.
But mostly I like to do it like in the house and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it just be getting crazy in the car. And then
Just get crazy in
we
the car.
listen to it really be the same song all the time. It's like this Chandler Moore, this I have a father. And Grady's like, can you turn it up?
Aww.
It's cute. It's cute. But we pray. I pray, but I like to encourage her to like pray and stuff too. So it's just not me doing it all the time. Yeah, and then we're back to school. But I feel like the lunch thing, it just depends how I feel. Like I pack it at night when I'm feeling good. I'm not like all burnt out from the week. But then if I am, I'm like, I'm not doing nothing tonight. Just get done in the morning. I'll just have to wake up a little earlier or whatever.
Yeah.
But I really like just been moving back and forth between that.
Yeah.
This just reminds me. Your son in public schools, do you send lunch or does he eat lunch there?
So I send lunch just
Oh, you
because.
send? Oh,
Yeah. So
Do they got the $2 lunch though?
I don't even know. I
Back
have
in
no.
my day.
I don't even know because I like took a look at that lunch and I was like, oh yeah, no. I mean, that's one problem is like public school lunch in America is so bad. Like,
It is.
just food in general. So it's like I try to send him like, and I noticed like if I feed him like if he'll eat junk, he'll act a fool. So it's like it really has. I mean, it's the synthetic dyes. It's like don't get me started because I'm like crazy about the. I'm like ever since I've had him too. I feel like I'm more aware of like what we're eating and drinking. Like I went and got like a water, but like I'm crazy about it. I go to like the nth degree to try to make sure like everything is. You know, I'm just giving him the best food possible because I feel like there's so many conditions now that I feel like we didn't even have 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the food system here.
It is.
It is.
It's bad.
It really is because it's like it's no way. Like I mean, just going back to the girls, like when they were saying they like because I'm in the PTA, so they were requesting like for 4th and 5th graders like feminine hygiene products, and it's like we didn't go through puberty till middle school,
Right.
So they're going through.
Oh, you was
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, see, but
And I didn't know what it was.
Oh,
so I was
really?
shocked.
okay.
My mom took me shopping at Walmart after that for some clothes.
And I know it's different.
It's Walmart.
Oh
my God.
Walmart, I surprisingly had the little they had the 100% little cotton t-shirts that I got for my son, and they had like so cute. They lasted so long, and they were like $3, and I'm like. See, and they were all like the little like cute like neutral Yeezy colors, and I'm like, oh yeah, see, this doesn't have anything on H&M.
It's Walmart. I ain't gonna get a Walmart
Oh, you
sponsorship
have
now.
Don't say it on.
Yeah, now I'm not gonna get a Walmart sponsorship now because we want to shade Walmart.
I just
Don't like the Walmart.
Let me say this: the WalMarts that I have been to, in all different types of areas, it don't matter where it is.
It's you know what? Yeah,
Why
it
are
is an
they-
experience.
why are they I feel dirty leaving.
Yeah.
Like,
You're always gonna see people you know.
but I will say that this Walmart, I'm not gonna say our location, but this Walmart is like the nicest Walmart I've ever seen.
And there's one,
And she would tell me that when I would.
There's one
Back.
farther out on the other side of town that's actually like decent too. And they have like good, like that's actually where I got like our little Christmas tree from and stuff. So if they have different, I don't know. I feel like Walmart is what it is. You
And
know,
I
like
will say they're coming up though because Instagram be making them look real
Yeah.
good. The online Walmart,
they have
top
little
tier.
girls' clothes and stuff. Like
Yeah, but it's the house, the home decor, and all that. That's
what?
Yeah.
I went through there when they were stocking up like all the time. I was like, what is this? I was like, there was so much cute stuff in there, but I was in there like trying to get some cleaning product or something. I just had to get out, so I couldn't even get involved in that. But no, yeah. It's I don't know. It's like a crazy experience.
Yeah,
The lunch, because I have a question.
The lunch, okay.
Oh,
So I pack his lunch.
Does he eat it too?
Yes.
Eat
Unless
what?
the lunch.
The lunch she packs?
Yeah, because Gray don't eat my lunch all the time.
Yeah,
so I'm
okay.
like,
Not with you there. What
Okay,
you
I
pack?
don't know. So okay. I go through different things. Like if we have like leftovers, something that I need to get rid of, I'll pack him that. Or if like I usually do either like some type of sandwich. So I'll try to do like a little roasted chicken. Like I try to be all.
Oh, he's fancy.
I know he is
So he's not a
fancy.
picky eater.
No,
try
he
roasted
eats it.
chicken,
But
though.
but that's another thing too. I got him in the kitchen with me cooking. Like I got him a little chef's outfit and stuff, and like pretend little
that's so
knives.
cute.
So he was cooking early, and I was showing him like, okay, this is this vegetable, stuff like that, and it would kind of make him more interested to like taste test stuff and not be like, oh, I'm not eating that because he actually helped make it. So I'm like, let's eat what you made and try what you. And he had his little nickname for himself when he was a chef. So I'm like, okay, well, he's into it. So I think that's another thing too, is just introducing them to as much early. Because I feel like when I was growing up, I couldn't be a picky eater. Like I would eat what my mom made, or I wouldn't eat at all. And I just be sitting there crying.
We did.
So
A couple days ago.
Yeah.
a couple days ago.
Anyway, okay, so you made me forget. All right, so I'm ready to switch gears for real.
Okay.
So by the time this episode comes out, we will have a new president.
Whoa.
Oh Lord,
Okay.
where are you going?
Yo.
But we are filming this before the election.
Okay.
And I am not asking any specifics, so
Okay.
I don't need to know any specifics
Okay.
if you don't want to share. But what I am asking is, like, going into this election,
Mm-hmm.
thinking about our kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh, Brianna already know how I feel. It's just so many different variables
Mm-hmm.
of like school, the way it'll be like structured, and like even with the thinking about going to public school or whatever like that. Like right now she's in private school, but if she did decide to go to public school, I have to like think, what's
Yeah.
best for my kids at this point.
Right.
Back the last time I voted, I did have a child, didn't I? Yeah, because she's 4. Oh no. Is this my first time voting with kids?
It's gonna be my first time voting for presidential. Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm trying to think, did I have Aubrey last election? Who's our president?
Who's our president?
Trump was president when Gray was born.
So that was already like a thing. So,
Oh, we did. Because Biden was the next one.
right, but
So we did.
okay, so I did vote. So this will be my second time voting, but I don't feel like it was, I had to think about what I'm thinking about now. Anyways, get to the question. Okay, no matter how it turns out, what mindset do you have so far as it pertains like to your kids? And basically I just brought clarity to that. But like when thinking about your kids, like what mindset are you in going to the election?
I'll let her answer first.
Why?
Okay. Why?
Well, okay.
Why?
Well, I'm trying to gather like how I really feel about it, but
Yeah.
I feel like
If you would, yeah.
if things are gonna change a lot school wise, then I'll be like, I feel like I will have to keep her in private school just to have like some control of what's going on. But at the end of the day, I'm just gonna like think about what's best for my family and for Gray, and like whoever's lining up with that, that's what's gonna be, and it can change like every single time. Like
Right.
But that's not. How I feel.
Yeah, because this was my first time, like I kind of am going with what you're thinking, like what's just aligning with me. Like I completely had to tune out like certain things on social media, because if you would ask me like, oh, what was it before, like I would have had a different answer. Now I feel like my values are definitely aligning more conservatively. Just because I know I've kind of seen what's being pushed down the public schools. And, I just feel like certain things should be off limits to talk to
For sure.
younger children.
Yeah.
So it's just,
I do too.
I mean, that's just my view.
Yeah.
But I think, and I'm not necessarily like, I know there's positives and negatives with both ends.
Right.
But I just like, for me, I had to do a lot of research and really just look at facts as opposed to my feelings. Because I feel like we'll think like we'll be swayed in one direction, or you'll be looked at like if you're crazy if you agree with something the other person says. So it's like, what do you really do? But I just had to really look at like, okay, what are the actual facts, and do my own research.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, this is actually what's
We are all on the same
aligning.
page. I love this for us.
Aligning with,
I know.
because I mean, when you're actually like out and you see certain things and it's like, how am I going to explain it to my son? Or like if I've
already,
you know what I mean?
grade
It's like,
3 and I've already been put
and it's like, yes, you want,
Yeah.
right. And it's like, yes, you want,
she like wondering.
right. And it's like, no, things are not going to be taken away. Like, yes, you want reproductive rights and things like that. But at what cost to our like future,
Right?
And what cost to our children's mindsets, and what cost to, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if my morals and my values don't align with that person, then I just can't support them.
Right.
For sure.
So
I feel the same way. You said that
okay,
perfectly. You did.
Okay.
I didn't know how to put the words.
And it's crazy because now we have to think about like you know our kids. I feel like when I was voting before, I was single, I ain't had no kids.
right.
Like
And you're like, oh,
Whatever. You're like, I'm out of school.
yeah.
I don't even want to tell you how I vote, how I came up with the vote that I did. I didn't want to tell.
Tell us how you don't have to say it, but just tell us how you.
I'll tell y'all off the record.
Oh my god. Off the record.
Oh, God.
That's personal. You got to be what the close friends post.
I try to be like very, and that's why like I did go back and forth about like, I mean, should I say something? Should I not like bring this up? But I mean, it's really important. And we
No,
have,
it
like,
is,
a lot
yeah.
of, and like I said, this will be after the fact. But like we have other like stuff coming up, and like I've never been like a big voter person or into this.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Me neither.
now that I have like kids,
Yeah.
It's more
I need
important.
to be more involved. And
Yeah.
like, I went to this movie premiere, Daughters, and it was so good. And like the way the movement got started is because a sheriff, which I did not know that sheriffs were elected into place. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
And because we had the right sheriff in place, he said yes to the girls that wanted to do like this. Have y'all seen the movie?
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard about it.
Okay,
And
so I won't say too much.
Yeah,
But
don't spoil it.
yeah. So like because he said yes to these girls to be able to do what they wanted to do with their fathers inside of the prison, like he was in control of that. It changed a lot of people's lives. It changed a lot of like fathers' lives, and like a lot of those dads has come out of the system, and they growing up they were back and forth, but after that program,
That's so good.
they never went
That is
back
good.
to like
Yeah.
prison. And so like just having those right people put in place.
Yeah.
Because if that man would have never been there and would have said yes, it wouldn't have made a difference in those people's lives. And that's kind of like just what I think of. It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
it's I've been like you said, swayed in both directions.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be completely honest. I still am not 100% sure.
Yeah.
I'm still like,
Yeah.
well.
But then
so
look
I'm
who
just
did
like-
something for prison reform, and look who did something to not for prison reform.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like you have to literally look at the background or the
Yeah.
facts. Like
Yeah.
I was like the person where if I would talk to my friends, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this like I get all riled up and think about like, oh,
Yeah.
get swayed this way or whatever. Like, but you really have to look at actual
the facts.
statistics.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
And I feel like too, people like try to sway people, and I don't think that is a good idea. It's like everyone can read, do their own research. If you're married, do with your husband, whatever. Like, and then you figure out what is best for you and your
Right.
family. Like,
Right.
why do we have to like force people?
It used to be like almost a
vote?
taboo to like say, like I feel like when my mom was coming up, she was like, you never talk about sex, religion, and politics. And I feel like now everybody
They
just
talk
talks
about
about
it.
What they
everything.
talk
There's
about.
nothing off limits now. So it's
yeah.
I know
It's
it's
like-
social media.
yeah, true.
You said something though, and I had a point, and now it's gone.
Sorry, we're getting all sidetracked.
What'd you say? Oh, okay. So I know this is about moms or whatever, but do you
I know.
think it's important? Not important, but like, do you think that like your spouse and you have to like vote the same?
Oh.
Do you think like that's the thing?
I maybe probably should be.
Yeah.
But I'm
You think so?
I think so. Because it's a foundational belief. Like it can change though. That's another thing. Like it can change. It can vary depending on who's the candidate. So, but I think it should.
I think we grew up, I'll speak for myself. It's like all you heard was this party.
Right.
And it just kind of passes on from generation to generation, and people don't do their research. And it's just like, this is just what you are. It's like growing up in a household of being a fan of a football team.
And you don't think
you're-
twice about it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just like
Except for me.
yeah.
But then that's what I'm saying.
I'm not
but it's
Democrat
like,
or Republican.
yeah, right. And then it's like you have to go back and say like, okay, well, what started from what party, and like why is it like this? Like why do minorities feel like they have to vote this way or whatever? Like just I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why? And
why?
it's like,
I wanna know your name.
and,
Yeah.
but it's like, but I think it's something like maybe just like you said, culturally ingrained and from a certain point because it wasn't always that way. So
So what do you think
Me?
about like should they spouses vote this way?
What about the like?
Spouses voting this
yeah,
way?
Oh, okay.
yeah. So how are you?
So I think they should.
Yeah.
However, like if you have your beliefs about why you don't want to vote for this person, and I'm thinking I want to vote for this person because it lines up with what I think. Like you have your legitimate reasons, and I have my legitimate reasons. Like you said, there's negatives and positives on both sides.
Right.
So it's kind of just like if you feel like your positive are outweighing the negatives on that person, but mine is it's just I mean.
Yeah.
Because like when
Yeah.
we grew up, like you said, like you don't talk about politics, and like it's like you don't tell people who you're voting for, and so I mean, I never actually thought about it being like me and I'm gonna be honest and transparent. Me and my husband has never until this year talked about who we're voting for, and we're not asking people like none of your business. Like I think he's like joking, like if you know Jr. You know like he's a very lighthearted person, but he still never told me.
Right.
But this year we did talk.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay. And he told me his reasonings, which are legitimate. And then I had my reasonings, which are legitimate. So my household may be voting differently. We may be, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not 100% sold. I don't know if he is either.
Okay.
So
I will say maybe the school situation, what they believe like in aspect of your child.
Yeah.
And the
Like
like
maybe-
maybe children, yeah.
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 But it's just other variables that he did have good points on. And it's just like, I understand.
I feel like we need a political party.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so me and we were gonna like have like our friends come over and have we was gonna call it a political
A
party?
political party.
Oh, I'm gonna be stressed out.
And
that
like
day.
just like we wanted to, it's probably too late now, but we wanted to bring
I
all
know.
our friends together and like everybody bring the facts. Like you don't have to tell who you're voting for, but like bring facts
And
like,
don't
let's
sway.
educate each other.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we just never
feel
did
like-
it.
That's a good idea because I
I
feel
got with
like,
a whole nother 4 years.
oh my gosh.
But
I mean, there's something in between.
I am voting on Monday,
Okay.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning.
Oh gosh.
So I'm gonna try. Well, I'll just say that I'll vote by the end of the week. I don't want to wait until the day of because then I'll be standing in line. So my goal is to like really do some research and figure out what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And I think the bottom line is gonna come down to the kids.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's what I think.
So
And I feel like fertility. Don't they talk? Wait, let me stop talking.
wait, what?
Fertility.
Oh,
What they
yeah.
stand for? I feel like that's important too.
it is.
It is.
I was thinking something. I was like, oh, let me just. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
All right. Well, y'all have any more questions?
I don't. Do you?
Oh gosh. Okay. I would say what? Okay, so what is you guys, girls, biggest like learning lesson been since being a mom? Because it's a it's a life changing experience. So
I would definitely say being more patient.
Okay.
I never like had to use my patience this much.
that's
It's a
that.
stretch.
Literally.
It is.
It stretches me.
And I'm not even like I'm not a person that can get like riled up or I'm not like that impatient and I feel like I have to be really patient.
Yeah, you do.
And make sure I don't affect her with me being impatient, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everything is like intentional and it's like all a learning process.
Yeah.
And it also is like their environment and affecting them. So we just got to be like aware of our, how we are. Like,
Responsibility and stuff like that. Yeah, I would definitely say like patience. But did you say your biggest mistake? Like so
Lesson.
far? Oh, like lesson.
learning lessons.
Yeah. My biggest lesson would have to be, I'm still, like I said, I don't know if I said it on this episode or another one, like just controlling my patience and temper. Because, like, it's short. And it's actually gotten better since I've had kids.
Yeah.
And that's scary because it's just like, it's still like not there. But I think it affects it'll affect her in the long run.
Right.
And my son too. We ain't got to that point yet of going back and forth. Girls is, first off, you ain't telling boys was how they was.
Oh, I definitely did. I was like, how has it been since having a
Girl.
boy? Isn't he like, because, okay, so I hear it from my, like, you know, friends that are moms that girls are like much more calm than boys, much less active. They might have a little like, girls are more like prissy. They have like more attitude than boys. But I mean, but at the same time, boys are like such mamas, boys. They'll love on you. And
Well, my son, this not be like thinking
he's
like
still young though.
Okay, I'm like, do they think I'm mean or something? Like my son loves daddy, daddy, daddy. That's all he say. I'm just like he admires him. Like he'll just look at him and like smile. I'm just like, you don't look at me like that. He was just like,
that's a good thing. But then I feel like they get a different type of like release from their dads. Like they get to like roughhouse and like they just get to have boy time. And I feel like with women, it's like, oh, we're like we don't want you to don't hit
hurt
me
yourself.
and like don't jump on me. Like I just keep that for your dad
for sure. But girls definitely are attitudey. They just, and I'm just like, when did this happen? You just woke up and you knew how to say this in this way and knew how to put your neck and all that together.
But I feel like girls are so like you get to dress them.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, it's fun. That's the fun part.
They can be a little dramatic. Well,
a lot of
I'm kind of dramatic.
And they're just like you.
I pass it down. I tried to.
That is definitely hereditary. Let me tell you, Brianna.
Oh my god.
What is your mom?
Or bugs or anything. She's dramatic, but then she looks at Gray like, oh, what's wrong? You be doing the same thing. It's on this, like,
Oh yeah, the
Gray,
bug.
act like that.
Yeah,
I try to like not act crazy when I seen a bug
Because I
didn't want her to be like that, but I cannot.
and now Gray's like that.
She
See,
is. I'm like, it's okay. While I'm moving to the right, like
it must be a girl thing though.
Okay.
So I feel like my son, he like likes stuff like
that.
I like will lose my mind and fall over, but he'll be like, oh, what is this? And like try to like touch it and stuff.
Well, for sure, probably trying to get it. Yeah, he licks the floor. He tries to jump off of stuff.
Oh my gosh! Just wait till he gets older, girl. Because my son got his first set of stitches last summer. Twice within 1 month. And when I tell you I was a wreck and he could care less. Like once we got the blood off of him, he was just running around like nothing happened. I'm like, you're
not ready for
crazy.
that.
But
I just haven't had to have like stitches or anything yet.
Well,
actually, she just busted her lip a couple days
Really?
ago.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. I put like I wet a cloth, put it on her lip. And then she didn't know she was bleeding. As soon as I took it off and she had the blood, she was like, oh.
Yeah, see, they don't know until.
And then she was like, I need ice. She did not want to eat. She wanted us to hold the ice.
Oh,
we got her ice pack. She wanted us to hold the ice pack. She wanted us to feed her so it didn't touch like the busted lip or whatever. I was like, this girl.
Cute. Yeah, they extra. But boys they're ooh. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared.
I don't know how my mom, but she told me how. I was like, how did you do it? Because she was like, I had back-to-back stair-step kids so they could keep, like, y'all could keep each other busy. Because, like, right now, he's my only, so it's like, I'm his, like, source of entertainment. And he'll go and have, like, play dates with his cousins or friends or whatever, like, but when I tell you that boy has energy, like, I'm worn out every day. Every day.
Girl.
Every day. They don't get it until they have a boy.
Ooh. And I'm like, he's just one.
Oh, just wait. Once they start walking, I think. Like, when my son started walking.
Me and my husband will turn around. He's like on top of something. It's like, first off, how did you get up there? And
don't leave him
jump
alone
off.
for 10 seconds.
And we're like, he's like, and he gets back up. I'm like, Austin, like, bro, you're going to bust your head. Stop it. Aubrey won't like that. She did some crazy stuff, but no.
You can't leave them alone for too long.
Yeah. But to get back to wrap up the question and then wrap up this episode, my biggest lesson will have to be patience and then just keeping my temper together. And I'm sure my husband behind the camera will agree.
Right.
But thank you guys
Thank
for
you
hanging out with
guys.
me. This was so fun. We
It
got to learn
was.
a little bit more about Nina.
I know.
Get
So
to dig a little
mysterious.
deeper. But thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like this definitely got me out of my shell more.
Yes.
So
Me too.
hopefully I'll be more
Yes. And shout out I forgot to do this for my other episode, but you do have like businesses. I do definitely want you to look into the camera and shout out your Instagram.
Yes. So my makeup page is at Makeup with Nina. My personal page is Nina_Beretta. And then I'll just leave it at that.
When you go on there, you're
what else do I do? I don't even know.
My Instagram is B.Marie.J. and my last name is Cotton. Starts with a C. Never changed it. I know. Because it didn't sound right. B.Marie.C. That don't flow.
That kind of does look.
You like that?
B.Marie.C.
You go from B to C. You get it?
B.Marie.J. Like Mary J. Like.
Oh no! Like
okay.
it went from J to C.
Yeah.
But I think B.Marie.C. Whatever.
Oh, and then Aesthetic Party Co., which is not.
Wait a minute. Now shout out this business that she.
Let her show. She's gonna.
No, girl. When I tell you off camera.
Oh,
hilarious.
Because they might watch it months down the line.
That's true.
They
That's
see
true.
2 pictures.
Right. Oh, okay.
I'll let you know when it starts.
Oh gosh.
Okay, guys.
God.
If you are new here, be sure to subscribe and then also follow our Instagram page at the Mommy Me Please. Is it Mommy Me Please Co?
Oh my
The
God.
Mommy Me Please. What's that?
Yes,
Oh
that's
gosh, she
it.
doesn't even know.
Wait,
I thought it was
Instagram
mommy or the mommy.
it's the Mommy Me Please,
Okay.
but I just want to make sure it's not Co after it. Please hold.
Please don't.
Not me not knowing my Instagram.
Well, look.
I knew it. Okay. It's the Mommy Me Please Co. And then my personal Instagram is I am Shay Bland. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Together, there's nothing better.